Hi everyone, my name's Tamara and I'm going to be doing our Sunday morning reading, which is a 3-month reading for Pisces, but this happens to be Monday. So I will explain that later. But here we go. Let's do our Pisces reading now because it's really important. There are some major astrological transits going on, which give us like a lot of people feeling like they're on their biggest power trip ever. And then we have that's Pluto and Scorpio. And then we have the Neptunian energies coming in there as well. So there's going to be trickster energy playing around as well for the next week. Okay, but we're dealing with 3 months for Pisces. Let's get this camera sorted so that you can see these cards as they come up. I think I'm there. Okay, I've shuffled these for about 5 minutes here, but I'm going to do 3 more in front of the camera. So show us, Spirit, what we need now to help Pisces with for the next 3 months, which takes us right over the new year. So we're going to deal from the top here. So let's see our first card, which, as you will remember, if you've watched my life readings, because this is life reading for Pisces for the next 3 months, you will know that the first card out tells us what the reading is about. And it's really good. This is about Pisces bringing out your energy of wisdom, your inner wisdom, which you are so capable of doing. But what needs to happen is you need to really come into a strong awareness to do that. So we're going to be looking at how Pisces can bring this through. This is such an important time right now. Sorry, I've got hiccups already. As I deal with this reading in pulling my own intuition through, we often have all these little things that happen. This is about, oh my goodness, it's still going on here. This is justice for the second card. So this is truly understanding, Pisces, now right from wrong. And it's not an easy one for Pisces to see anything in its isolation because of the Neptunian energies that are always around them. But this is about bringing it in on the positive side because, you know, with Neptunian energies, on the one side, on the dark side, we have, on the unaware side, we have illusion. But on the powerful awareness, awakened state side, we have visionary. And oh my goodness, there's such a big difference. And this is exactly, I mean, Pisces are only reflecting right now the huge duplicity that is going on our planet, but that is being exposed. And let's just say here that in the next couple of weeks, Pluto comes out of Capricorn, and it's out of Capricorn for the last time now, and it goes into Aquarius for the next 20 years of us bringing in this new world. So there's nothing to fear here because we know it's going to happen. But Pisces, you need to really wake up to whether you are using your amazing Neptunian energies to be the visionary or to be in illusion. And that's going to be hitting you this week, which is the beginning of this 3-month period. There's grief here that needs to be dealt with. And I think that this is not current. This is not like grief that's going to be like your dog dying right off, you know, in the next few weeks, or somebody passing that was ready to pass. I don't even see it like that. I think this is past grief that you have never processed. So what's happening here is you've got the blinders on. You've got the illusionary state present to a certain extent because you've not healed your inner child enough. And this is the time that is so important for everybody on this planet to do it. But what we're really focusing in on here today is Pisces, our Piscean friends. And the Pisces part of our own chart, don't forget that either. Let's see where they're going to take us on. Yeah, right. The way you do things, Pisces, has to be put in the cauldron and pulled out differently. And the only way you're going to do this is without that grief, like laying over you. So, and you just really need to do that, because what we've got, don't forget those cards, that first card there of wisdom, Sophia, the goddess of wisdom, is what needs to come out. And grief is one of the biggest negative energies that lays over a lot of people on our planet, producing periods of depression and real lowness in people, producing emotional effects in illness like chest infections, asthma, lung infections. You know, all of that stops the capacity for you to live a life in the fullness that you should, bringing through all your gifts. So what you're doing and how you do it needs to be put into this cauldron. This is death and rebirth. This card, death and rebirth card, where it all has to come out different. What are we going to have in the middle here? Oh, the wonderful companion of that death and rebirth. Same colours, look, same goddess standing there in a way. And this is the crossroads. The crossroads is here. And what you're dealing with, because this lay, as you know, deals with all the lines and the diagonals, giving you even more information to savor here on your path. And this is why I like, when I've done this at the end, I'm hoping to remember to catch it on one picture so that you see all cards together, because it's so important for Pisces to see the whole journey and how all these lines tell us some part of it, because the crossroads has the right and wrong justice card sitting on top of it. So you cannot move this into the right way of putting it all in that cauldron and coming out different until you get what's right and what's wrong, and how you treat people and how people treat you is going to be a major issue here, because there's grief here as well to deal with. And in order for the wisdom to come out, we've got to keep going back to this wisdom, because you're so full of it, Pisces. But it may not be on tap. It may not be running out of you. It may be held in the closet because you have heavy energies of grief holding it in and not understanding right from wrong. That's huge. Really, really huge. And it may be that you totally understand that, but you've never put it in action, that you're scared of telling people, you know, how you need to be treated or what is right and wrong in all sorts of areas of your life. Love life and business comes into this. Let's see what's going to come under the wisdom here. This is the growth. And look at this, that you can't make this up. We have to say that every reading here. Look, the wisdom and the growth cards, same energy coming down that line. And this is about growth. This crossroads that you're dealing with now is about, are you going to do the work to grow? Or are you going to continue around and not put everything in this pot and bring it out different? And the choice for every one of us on this planet right now is ours. But it's so much more important right now, this moment in time, on our calendar, in our forecasts, going back and forward. We are at that pivot point where you either do it now or in the next few months, or you won't do it at all, because the energies are going to rise very quickly. And you cannot do this work when the energy gets too high. This I know, this I've been given. This is the message in all of the books I've channeled, all of the new messages, the 42 Truth Testaments. Start waking up and doing the work. It won't take you long. You just need to get on your case. And that's on my Fast Track to Cosmic Consciousness playlist. Very short videos telling you the way to heal all the things you've been through, how to come into the now moment, and how to meditate every day with no problems about being able to do it. So they are really taking us through it here. We have that death and rebirth, the crossroads and the growth, this whole middle line. If I'd have wanted to put anything there for any sign, they would have been the 3 cards, but they came up for us. This is the divine watching over us now as we choose to help Pisces see this new era be brought in where they are truly present to see it. And what is this growth about? Look at this. This growth is to heal the Lilith, the negative power, manipulative energy that we have to use when we feel too weak to cope with things like right and wrongs. We often, if we're not healed, we will resort to manipulation. And this may be the goddess Lilith, but this is about the men and women. I don't have the male god cards. I would love to do them. When I have time, I will make the pack. But take heed here, because we have on this line from the start here of what they're telling this is about. It's about bringing in your wisdom. If you're still manipulating and controlling through your shadow, then you're not bringing in the wisdom. So we have the wisdom, the growth, and getting rid of the shadow of Lilith that has helped us to survive when we were children. You know, sometimes telling the truth when you were a child would get you into a lot of trouble if you were in a very unconscious family. But now it's time to take back who you really are. And what do we get from that? Oh, I love this. Because when you start to heal this path and you're looking at the rights and wrongs in your life in every way, and how you deal with yourself, in your relationships, your love life, in your businesses, what you're moving towards is the higher state in every area of your life. And what do we have as the gift? Well, the gift they're giving you, Pisces, is sacred sexuality. And that comes underneath the crossroads card. And on top of that is the right from wrong, the justice card. So that line is so powerful. When you get it right, you choose the right person because you're already in your wisdom. You've healed the grief of your childhood. At the crossroads, you make the right decision. You end up in the partnership you're meant to be in. And in this case, Lilith is behind us then in this reading. We've already done that because sitting on Lilith is the growth and the wisdom. Goodness, you couldn't line these cards up better when you're trying to tell somebody about the fact that they have healing to do, and it's to do with the grief that lays heavy and twists their path. Because coming across here, I'm amazed by this reading, actually, because these diagonals are so powerful, these lines are so powerful, and the overall story told in that S shape down here is powerful. We have grief over here, we have the crossroads in the middle, and we have the manipulator. So if you don't choose the right crossroads here, where you go into the growth now, you're going to choose the wrong path, and you're then going to stay with the manipulating energy of Lilith controlling your life. As I've said before, when I do these 3-month readings, let's all pray for this last card to come through, where we know that Pisces are on a winning streak at the end. We have compassion. I love it. Because look at this line down here. When we release the grief, we put it all in the pot and it comes out different. We have compassion for ourselves. That's the point. Do you know the point at which we can really, truly start our journey when we've healed our shadow self from our unhealed child? Is we then have compassion. When we have compassion for ourselves, and only when we have compassion for ourselves, can we have compassion for our partners, our friends, our business associates. We come from a deeper, truthful place. This is so cool, this reading for Pisces here, because it tells us it, and it tells us it in a simple way, you know, because the story is told going around here, coming across from the right and down. I'm going to get this picture out somehow. I'm going to try harder to get it on the phone. Let's see what's underneath. What's watching this? And it's the goddess as I'm dealing those cards out, there is always this goddess at the back, okay, as I'm dealing them off the top. And what we see when we just turn it over is the goddess of creativity. And that's what you need to be pulling on here, because even doing the processing, Pisces, it's a creative act, and it's a very fulfilling one, because you feel so good when you get that energy releasing, when you're doing the process that I give you on the healing of the inner child, on that main video, under the playlist, Fast Track to Cosmic Consciousness. Do we need to clarify any of these? I brought the clarifying pack out here, but do you know something? I really don't think we do. And I love it that the crossroads is so clearly set in the middle, because this middle card is the card that touches every other card in the pack. So unless you deal with this next, crossroads that's right on top of you now, unless you go in the right direction, and that on our lay, on the story, is towards growth, towards doing the work now, Pisces. Not thinking about it, doing it. And that changes everything. Let me just see if I can get this to... I don't even really know what I'm doing here, but what I'm going to do is go on that middle card and come out, and I'm hoping I've captured it. And what I was just going to say here is please subscribe to the channel and like the video. I would love this information and all the channeled information that I'm so honored to receive, to get out to more people. And with this algorithm on YouTube, which is the bane of our lives if we're running a channel, with this new algorithm, we really need people to keep active on our channels. And this is giving this information then to more people. So do it for charity. And I'm just going to say that I'm late doing this. It should have been yesterday, but I've had 3 days birthday celebrations, not in the way a lot of people do with anesthetizing themselves. I'm not that person. I have been around for the last, on Friday evening, I went to a special ceremony from the Tibetan monks here and had an amazing cleansing and energy for like an hour. And then on Saturday, I was at market as usual, which was brilliant, meeting lots of wonderful people. But yesterday were 2 more events with the Tibetan monks, and it has been great. Because not that I'm a Buddhist and that I do all these chants, these holy chants that they do themselves, although I do run chanting workshops at different times. But it's because these monks are incredibly keyed in. They meditate for hours. They live their life through their compassion and their full heart energy. And this is why, don't think about religions. I never think of monks as being in a religion. Monks are just people who have dedicated their life to the higher side. So if you get the chance to be around them, don't just say, oh, well, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Church of England, I'm a evangelist, whatever. Don't say that. Just go to be in the presence of these holy people who are holding the energy higher than you can hold at the moment, because there is an osmosis effect. I'm not suggesting to people that you keep going over and over, because I do know people in my past who followed a guru around for years instead of doing what he told every one of us to do, was meditate every day. So they followed him around instead. And what happens is, by osmosis, you do actually get a hit. But it's temporary, so temporary. So I don't rely on me going around monks. I mean, this is the first time I've been around Tibetan monks. And the energy is great to listen to the chanting and let it really come into your body and actually ask for it to be received in different energy centers, which is what I was doing. But this morning, I didn't get out of bed until I meditated. I'm not leaving it down to other people to give me that. I owe that to myself. And this is what I'm going to repeat to Pisces here. You are being asked to uncover your wisdom now. I don't know what your message will be in 3 months' time, because we will be in January 2025 at the end of that. You may be too late then to really get a hold of your disciplines and your practices in time to rid yourself of the emotional heaviness that lies on top of you. Because as I've said, this will not go on forever, where we're able to just say, oh, well, now I'll start meditating, or now I'll clean my diet up. Now I'm going to get the body I should have and the health. No, it's not going on forever. We are bringing in the new world, but we can't bring it in with people with collapsed systems. Thank you for listening. I'm going to be back soon with another video about one in particular of the truth testaments that I've been blessed to be given. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me into your sacred space today.